Hello, everybody. This is your daily real estate practice exam question, and I have a great topic for you guys. You always get questions on the tests about this, and I wanted to go into it again, give you another question on this. Today's topic is going to be the 1031 exchange. So it's going to be an easy question, but we're going to talk about a lot of different aspects of the 1031 exchange. So let's jump into the question. The question reads, all the following are associated with the Section 1031 exchange except A, boot, B, qualified intermediary, C, like and kind or like kind, and D, the elimination of capital gains tax. So I'm going to go into each and every single one of these. I'm not going to eliminate any of these because I want to talk to you about what each one actually is. So A, the boot. The boot is any money or anything left over from an exchange. So let me explain what a 1031 exchange is first and foremost. It is where you have two properties, okay, and they're investment properties. And what you do is this. Instead of selling your investment property and then taking the money that you would have made on it and being taxed on that, that would be considered capital gains. And the money that you would, let's say you bought a property for $100,000 and then 5 years later you sell it for $200,000. Well, what happens is that $100,000 that you've made is going to be considered capital gains, okay? Capital gains. So what happens is you will be taxed on that. Now, if you say to the government, hey, wait, hold up a minute. I want to still stay in the game. What they let you do is they let you roll that money into another property and basically defer, okay, or, prolong your capital gains taxes. You'll still have to pay them, okay? So I'm going to give you a hint. I actually just kind of told you the answer. The answer is D, the elimination of capital gains tax, because we're talking about except here, okay? So the only one that doesn't have to do with capital gains is it does not eliminate, okay? The 1031 exchange does not eliminate your capital gains taxes. It defers it down the road, okay? So what is a boot? A boot is any additional money that might have been received, okay, outside of the exchange. So if I exchanged a property, and this is what happens. You actually take your money, okay, and you put it in with an intermediary. So that's actually answer B. You put it in with a qualified intermediary, and so you never actually come in contact with the money, okay? That's a key part of this. You never have the money in your hands or in your bank account. And what happens is that intermediary basically goes ahead and uses that money for you to purchase the next property, okay? And it has to be like in kind. They have to be similar. Now, if the exchange occurs, and let's say there's $5,000 left over, well, that would be considered the boot. Now, the boot isn't a technical term. Like, the IRS actually doesn't refer to it as the boot. But if you talk to intermediaries or real estate professionals, real estate investors, they would refer to the boot, kind of like real estate slang. That's the money that you would be receiving outside of basically the exchange. You would basically have, let's say there was $5,000 left over, because sometimes that's what happens. You have some money left over. You will be taxed on that as you would any kind of gain. If there was a gain, okay, if there was a loss, then there's no capital gain from that situation. So that's something to keep in mind too. Capital gains taxes only occur when you have a gain, okay? And this is only for investment properties, okay? So this is not something that's going to be for primary residence, things like that. So the answer to this question is D. That's the only one that is not going to have anything to do with a 1031 exchange. And we already went over what like and kind is. Like and kind is that the two properties have to be similar to one another. They have to be like and kind, okay? And there's a lot of flexibility in that when you come to the practice of a 1031 exchange. And I'm not going to drill into the minutia, but if you know this question and my little blurb that I just gave you on 1031 exchanges, you should have a real well-rounded knowledge and enough for you to answer the questions properly on the test. that I don't think you need a more in-depth knowledge unless you were to go into that as as something that you specialized in when you practice real estate. So again, guys, I hope you like this question. I hope you like what I'm doing here. And if you do, remember, you got to hit that like button, got to hit subscribe. That helps us out, helps us continue what we're doing. Thank you so much, guys, and I'm going to see you real soon.